The Observer would like to advise that the following video comes with a trigger warning. The content in this video is of a sensitive nature, so please beware that the topic of this video may trigger you. The Observer recommends that you consider your own mental health before you watch this video.
To come back, so just having a chat with him, let him know I was streaming. Right, it is that song. If you go on to Fact Freak on Spotify, you'll find the TikTok stream playlist. That is Celine Dion, A New Day Has Come, which I might blast at full volume in the car on the way home sometimes from work when I need to have a word with myself. That's here and all there. Right, okay, let's get into this true crime shit. Sorry, I have taken this long to get into it. Right, so it's Carly, isn't it? Carly, yeah. So obviously a true crime case that's been discussed quite a lot recently is the Carly Gregg case. I'm going to look at this article to sort of summarise what it's all about. TikTok, comment-wise, I'll try and keep an eye on you, but when I'm reading things like that, it's not the best. Same gifts and things like this. Send gifts, I'm eternally grateful. I'm sure mods will tag appreciation things and stuff like that. It's just difficult for me to concentrate all the time. Thank you for people who've sent stuff so far. Right, okay, so let's get into it. Let's summarise this case. Now, Carly Gregg has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole just 30 minutes after she was found guilty of murdering her mum and trying to unalive the stepdad. The 15-year-old got sobbed as the guilty verdict was delivered by the jury on Friday afternoon, just 2 hours after they broke for deliberation. But by the time that she returned to the courtroom to hear her sentence, a smile was plastered all over her face. Yeah, look at that. She will serve 2 life sentences concurrently, for the charges of murder and attempted murder, as well as 10 years for tampering with evidence in the case. The final charge relates to a decision Gregg made to tear a CCTV camera down from her kitchen and hide it in the refrigerator. Now, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about this case, and I know the things I do know is very limited. Like, I think that they tried to go for diminished, like that she wasn't mentally well for a guilty verdict and stuff like that. It doesn't strike me as somebody with high intelligence to hide the camera in the fridge. You know what I mean? But she's also a child. Do you know what I mean? Her legal team unsuccessfully argued that she was so mentally unwell at the time of the crime that she should be found not guilty due to insanity. They earlier rejected a 40-year plea deal offered by Mississippi state prosecutors. That's insane. To turn that down. She's like 15, so she could have seen life. I can't believe... Yeah, but it must have been her team. Like, she's 15-year-old. Surely she can't decide on her plea deal at that stage. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. They must have been so confident that they were going to get this diminished responsibility sort of thing. Like I say, I'm only highlighting certain things. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I will pull the link for this full article in the See More section. Now, Miss Newman told the jury that it was scarier for her not to know why Craig committed the crime. Nothing that if we don't know why, what's to say it won't happen again. Gregg sobered as Miss Newman posted the question, shaking her head and mouthing the word no. Earlier, her lawyer was seen comforting her and telling her it's going to be okay, to which she responded, no, it's not. The court, she was 14 when she committed the crime. Wow. Kept a journal in which she wrote 5 beliefs she held, including there is no God, heaven and hell are false, and writing your own destiny. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope they're not coming for me. Miss Newman on Friday drew the jury's attention to the final two beliefs Gregg listed in her journal. These two stand out to me, ladies and gentlemen. She told us what her intent was, Newman said, holding a piece of paper as she read the final notes. You don't need family, and it's okay to be evil. Wow. Now, elsewhere in the journal, Gregg wrote, I choose fire. It's powerful, beautiful, and deadly. These are the traits I desire. I choose fire. Gregg's defense argued that the journals paint a picture of a mentally unwell child who had repeatedly detailed just how much she was struggling. Now, a forensic psychiatrist told the jury he had a different reading of the journals in a key expert testimony which annihilated the defense. He questioned whether this is a personal journal where somebody puts things they're really trying to keep a secret, or is this buddingly accurate author that describes things for theatrical reasons? Gregg was repeatedly described by witnesses as gifted, bright and intelligent. Dr. Pickett read entry Gregg had written about hearing voices, a complaint the teen seemed more theatrical and making light of something. Patients who really suffer this are haunted by it, and it's quite torturous to them. They do not trivialize it. Yeah. Now, Gregg's legal team hinged its defense on the claim that the teenager was so haunted by voices, trauma, and mental health issues that she dissociated and blacked out for the period of time when the crimes were committed. In closing arguments on Friday, her lawyers said there was no disputing the fact that Gregg loved her mother and stepfather. I mean, like, honestly, like, in the live chat, we'll have a chat for a second, and in the comments on YouTube, tell me as well, like, is it? Like, I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand. This team defending her absolutely dropped the ball by not taking that plea deal. 100%. The defence noted that Gregg had no violent history and that her actions on March the 19th came as a shock to all who knew and treated her. Her maternal grandparents have stood by her in the courtroom every day of the trial this week, and her stepfather has also not abandoned her. I mean, it must be so hard to abandon a family member regardless of the horrific things they may have done. It is a real juxtaposition, isn't it? When audio was played of her stepdad's frantic call to the police after he was shot, Gregg covered her ears with her hands and squeezed her eyes closed. Wow. So yeah, so this is sort of a summary of the case. Now we're going to move on. Oh, there's something odd about the stepfather as well, is there? We're now going to move on. There's this awesome channel. I recommend you all check it out. Links will be below on YouTube, and links to the video we're about to react to will also be below if you want to listen to it without me gibbering on. Now, this video drew my attention. It is 11 disturbing moments in teen Carly Gregg's mum's murder trial. Now, you guys might have seen some of this. I have seen none of it. I have not seen a thing. I have no idea what is taking place, etc. So this will be very much a raw reaction from me. Right, let's go. Let's go. What is this? Or is this the 911 call? I don't think I could watch that video on TikTok.
A teenager in Mississippi on trial for murder, accused of shooting her stepfather and murdering her mother.
Wow.
Hey, I need you to talk to me. What is your son wearing?
Whoa, is he lying on the floor outside shot?
Jeans and a grayish t-shirt.
They weren't joking when they said
She's got
this.
short brownish hair. So jeans, a gray t-shirt, short brown hair.
Where's the kid?
She ran into the backyard. I tried to follow her. She jumped the fence and ran. She shot me in the neck.
Carly Gregg was just 14 years old.
It might be in this compilation. Oops. It might be in this compilation.
In March of this year, the teenager shot her mother, Ashley Smiley, in the neck, killing her. After killing her mother, Carly allegedly texted her friend, asking her to come over to see her mother's lifeless body. And when her stepfather, Heath Smiley, arrived home, he tried to wrestle the gun away from the teen, but was shot in...
Where did they get the gun, man? America and gun laws. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
The shoulder. Months after her mother's horrific death, now 15 years old, Carly Gregg went on trial after turning down a plea deal that would have sent her to prison for 40 years.
Under mother's bed. You see, they mustn't have the same laws as they do in the UK. Like, one of my best mates, his dad had a license. His dad's had a license, and they used to come round and they used to check. You had to have like a secure unit that you keep your stuff in and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine having, like, if it's going to say that she'd been to mental health professionals, which, from what we read, she had, and was claiming all this, precautionary, don't keep that stuff around, you know?
40 years. During the state's opening statement, State Attorney Catherine White Newman told jurors Carly killed her mother after her mom was made aware of the secrets Carly kept hidden.
We're here.
Whoa, what secrets?
Because on March the 19th, 2024, Carly rode to school with her mother that day. Ashley was a school teacher at Northwest Rankin, taught geometry. Carly was in the 10th grade. You'll hear that morning, she got in a little altercation with one of her friends, cussed him out. But what you'll hear, ladies and gentlemen, from the testimony of this friend is that he was so worried about Carly's use of smoking marijuana, and so worried about her being high, and so worried about her having these burner phones that her mom didn't know about.
How does a 14-year-old, when she committed the crime, 14-year-old have burner phones? What?
That he felt compelled to tell Miss Ashley Smiley that day. Ladies and gentlemen, after the incident with Carly that morning, you'll hear that he gets in touch with another friend, and he's like, hey, you got to keep her distracted so I can go tell Miss Smiley.
Ignore the dog. He's downstairs with his son. I don't know what they're doing.
Smiley, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, this friend cared about Carly. He was like, I gotta intervene. I gotta tell her. I'm afraid of what's happening.
She looks a bit dead behind the eyes. Like, it sounds horrible because I'm talking about, like, a child. But she does look a bit, dead behind the eyes.
Hear from him that he did, in fact, tell Miss Smiley. That after 4th block that day, he goes and he tells Miss Smiley, hey, Carly has got these vapes. She's got this phone. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear then that Carly Gregg rides in the car home with her mother from school.
Yeah, we heard.
To their house. They leave.
Detached, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, no emotion, void of emotion and stuff.
School sometime after 3:30. They get home a little before 4. You'll hear that when they get inside the house, it's only their 2 dogs, Ashley Smiley and Carly Gregg. Immediately, Carly goes and lets the dogs out. You'll hear testimony that Ashley then goes into Carly's room.
You wonder whether this is all, like, going in. Do you know what I mean?
You'll hear that while Ashley is in her room, that Carly's still outside. At some point, Ashley finds what law enforcement believe to be the 4 boxes that contain vape pens. Testimony will be that we believe she carried them from Carly's room to her bedroom, went back to searching Carly's room.
Do you think it's an act? Trying to act all like sweet and innocent?
The evidence will show that almost immediately upon Carly coming inside the house, that she walks straight to her parents' bedroom, that she goes straight to her mom's side of the bed and removes a .357 Magnum from under the mattress.
Oh, this background is not quite right. One second. Right. Shh. Never mind. Look at all you newbies. Thank you for being over here. You guys fucking rule. Give me a second. I'm going to help you out. Amazon Prime Gaming login. I swear to God, microphone if you do not work. Give me a second. If you log into Amazon Prime Gaming, you should be able to subscribe for free. Oh, look at you. You've already posted the link. Look at that, right? You should be able to subscribe for free. Let's move that chat. Over here somewhere. Oh, that's not very good, is it? We'll have yous over here. Because otherwise when I upload to YouTube, everyone just thinks I'm talking to myself. Right, let's go through shit. There's loads of you who've joined. Thank you so much. Right, Miss Danielle, thank you so much for the sub, man. That's 7 months. Thank you so much. Jeannie, thank you so much. That's 5 months. Really appreciate you. First time chatter. I mean, I don't know how to say your name. Evla, sorry. Kat, thank you for subbing, man. That's 2 months in a row. True Crime Watcher, welcome. You're in the right place. Thank you for the bits, long time. Gail, new chatter as well. Welcome to see you. Could you all just get usernames that are easier for me to see, please? Ooh, fabulous. Love that username, actually. Nice to see you, new chatter. Jess Hope, thank you for the sub. That's 6 months in a row. Thank you so much. Lolo, nice to see you. Hydrate, I fucking need it, Kay. Thank you. I will catch up with all the regulars as well. Give me a second. Honestly, it's lovely to see you all here. Twitch Gal, wow. Nice to see you here. Shazza, thank you for subbing. 12 months. Happy anniversary, man. I hope you bought me something fucking lovely. You've got the link for Amazon Prime Gaming. Thank you, Katie, for the sub. Thank you, Artie Jen, for the sub. 3 months for Katie, 10 months for Artie Jen. Thank you. Hey Naz, thank you. Jan, thank you for the sub. 9 months in a row. You guys are treating me. Thank you, Sammy, for the sub. Really appreciate that. Fucking Hype Train. Jesus Christ, we're nearly at Hype Train level 3. We've never fucking hit that. That's mental. Hydrate again. Thank you. If you sub, you have those exclusive emotes, including Merlin. And every time we get a Hype Train, we get a random sub emote drop from Twitch. Honestly, you guys are fucking awesome. Nice to see you. Hey, Scarebear. Now, we are live usually on Twitch Monday to Friday. The fuck time do I normally start? 7. 7 p.m. reacting to TikToks and things like that. I usually update on Instagram. Nice to see all the regulars here as well. You guys are fucking awesome. Yeah, make sure, I know you're all subscribing, which is amazing, but make sure you hit that follow button as well. We just hit 2k on here. It'd be nice to obviously push those numbers up. Now, because I'm going to upload this 14 months, Kaza, thank you. We've hit fucking level 3 Hype Train. That's insane. So, I'm going to have to start from the beginning because I'm going to re-upload this to YouTube. And if you get a strike on your content on TikTok, you can't then download your live. It's a fucking pain in the ass. But I'm not going to do the summary of the case because I assume you were all there for that. We're just going to start at the beginning of this video. She is moving ahead for me. Once again, guys, I'm going to be focused on the video, not so much the chat. Please talk nicely amongst yourselves, you crazy bastards. And mods are here to help you if you need help. Alright? Cheer 100 bits for reward. I don't know what that means, but Twitch just told me that, and I don't know. Right, okay. let's start again. We were just talking about how void of emotion she is in this clip, so let's hear. Nice choice on the Zelda. Thank you for the sub there, Elva. Don't forget, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, come and check us out on Twitch. We're live Monday to Friday, 7 p.m, reacting to all sorts of stuff. Links are below.
She killed her mom? Yeah, that's what I'm screaming about.
A teenager in Mississippi on trial for murder, accused of shooting her stepfather and murdering her mother.
Hey, I need you to talk to me. What is your son wearing?
He was in jeans and a grayish t-shirt. She's got short brownish hair.
So, jeans, a gray t-shirt, short brown hair.
She ran into the backyard. I tried to follow her. She jumped the fence and ran. She shot me in the neck.
Carly Gregg was just 14 years old when she was charged with murder, attempted murder, and tampering with evidence. Prosecutors say in March of this year, the teenager shot her mother, Ashley Smiley, in the neck, killing her. After killing her mother, Carly allegedly texted her friend asking her to come over.
John, this girl unalived her mother and tried to unalive her stepdad. Oh, Jen, thank you so much for gifting out a sub there to Twitch Girl. Such a lovely move for the community.
To see her mother's lifeless body. And when her stepfather, Heath Smiley, arrived home, he tried to wrestle the gun away from the teen, but was shot in the shoulder. Months after her mother's horrific death, now 15 years old, Carly Gregg went on trial.
Sorry, I just realised the warden's like right in the middle of the screen. I'm a professional. I'm telling you, professional streamer.
After turning down a plea deal that would have sent her to prison for 40 years. During the state's opening statement, State Attorney Catherine White Newman told jurors Carly killed her mother after her mom was made aware of the secrets Carly kept hidden.
We're here because on March the 19th,
Thank you for the bits, long time. Thank you.
2024, Carly rode to school with her mother that day. Ashley.
Look at this Twitch lot. Look. That's what it tells me on the old hype train stuff. I think you get it from like your subs and your bits and stuff. I'm not 100% sure. We've never got to a hype train level 3, never mind a 4.
He was a school teacher at Northwest Rankin, taught geometry. Carly was in the 10th grade.
With the Prime sub, you have to do it every month, yeah, but it's just the case of being in my stream, realising you had subbed and clicking the Prime thing again if you're logged in.
You'll hear,
you can use it on other people, obviously.
Hear that morning, she got in a little altercation with one of her friends, cussed him out. But what you'll hear, ladies and gentlemen...
Bits are the equivalent of coins on here, and hype trains are like the big up your live stream and push it out to more people. But, and also it unlocks emote spheres and stuff like, pardon me, random emotes from Twitch. Like the ones we have so far. If I go to the hype train ones, you should be able to scroll through your emotes and it'll tell you hype train and show you. I'm just putting this guy in, show you what you've had so far.
From the testimony of this friend is that he was so worried about Carly's use of smoking marijuana, and so worried about her being high, and so worried about her having these burner phones that her mom didn't know about, that he felt compelled.
I think it's insane that a child that young has burner phones. Like, burner phones are normally like sort of attached to pedalos and, you know. Whoa! It says open a hype chest. I've never had this. I've just opened a hype chest. Whatever. Did that do something? And then it said share this moment. Did that do something? I don't know if that did something. We've hit level 4 hype train, which is insane. Burner phone is like like a phone that people don't know about. It might be like a basic one. Oh, it sent out like a free sub or something in new emotes, I think. It's like a secret phone, if you will.
To tell Miss Ashley Smiley that day. Ladies and gentlemen, after the incident with Carly that morning, you'll hear that he gets in touch with another friend.
I don't know who got us to that hype train. Sorry, but whoever it was, thank you very much. Sorry. Oh yeah, it's that awesome emote. It's cute, isn't it?
Friend, and he's like, hey, you got to keep her distracted so I can go tell Miss Smiley what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, this friend cared about Carly. He was like, I gotta intervene. I gotta tell her. I'm afraid of what's happening. You'll hear
It's completely void behind the eyes, isn't she?
from him that he did in fact tell Miss Smiley. That after 4th block that day, he goes and he tells Miss Smiley, hey, Carly has got these vapes. She's got this phone. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear then that Carly Gregg rides in the car home with her mother from school to their house. They leave school sometime after 3:30. They get home a little before 4. You'll hear that when they get inside the house, it's only their 2 dogs, Ashley Smiley and Carly Gregg. Immediately, Carly goes and lets the dogs out. You'll hear testimony that Ashley then goes into Carly's room. You'll hear that while Ashley is in her room, that Carly's still outside. At some point, Ashley finds what law enforcement believe to be the 4 boxes that contain vape pens.
Vape pens? They're going to say vapes made somebody unalive, somebody like.
Testimony will be that we believe she carried them from Carly's room to her bedroom, went back to searching Carly's room. The evidence will show that almost immediately upon Carly coming inside the house, that she walks straight to her parents' bedroom, that she goes straight to her mom's side of the bed and removes a .357 Magnum from under the mattress.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but obviously smoking, Dr. Green Thumb or whatever, it doesn't make you violent. There's more crimes and violence related to this than there is that. You know what I mean? Tanny, thank you so much for the Prime sub. You know what I mean? Like, so I find it a bit weird that they're like putting it on that. Dr. Green Thumb, yeah,
We believe the testimony will be that then she concealed that .357 Magnum behind her back as she
legalize, that and get rid of this out of my cold dead hands. No,
walks through the kitchen. She peeks her head around. We believe the testimony will show that she peeks her head around.
Like, my reactions on that, like, who are you looking at? I have no idea, man. No idea. Like, you ain't getting a fight with a stoner. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Do you know what I mean? Thank you for subbing. Thank you. 3 months, man.
In the kitchen to make sure that her mom hasn't come out of her bedroom.
Should we have a look and see what that kind of gun is? See what it looks like. The 3... This is definitely... this video's not getting monetized on YouTube, let's put it that way. But my curiosity... Isn't the one that, like, Rick... Oh my... It is? It's like the one Rick Grimes uses in The Walking Dead? Wow. Gun laws are insane over there. Insane. Yeah, Artie Jen, right. Yeah.
We believe the evidence will then show that she walked with that .357 Magnum behind her back, walked in to her own bedroom, and then fired 3 shots into her mother, killing her. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that
I'm not surprised. The
testimony will then be that after she puts the phone back down and walks out of sight with the camera, that between the next...
This solicitor, well, lawyer, they call them in the US, obviously. This lawyer's doing a great job at painting the picture and telling the storyline and everything. But she looks more emotionally affected by this case than the girl who pulled the trigger. You know what I'm saying?
45 minutes or so that the defendant reaches out to or attempts to reach out to about 5 or 6 of her friends. Some were FaceTime, some were text messages. We believe the evidence will show that during this time she was...
There's CCTV. Should I have a look? I don't know if that CCTV might be in this, because this is 11 disturbing moments, so I'd imagine it's in there. If it isn't in this, then we'll look at that afterwards, but somebody remind me at the end.
asking them all for help, trying to get them to come over to her house. She wouldn't tell them why. We believe that one of them's going to say he even offered to call 911, and she told him no. The evidence will also be that one of these friends did in fact come over to help Carly that day. And she took that friend's front door, asked her, "Are you squeamish around dead bodies?"
Wow. Wow. Curiosity. Are you like squeamish against, dead bodies? Like, I'm just wondering. You know what I mean? Nothing like, just, testing the water. What?
We believe the evidence will show that then she took that friend and showed her dead mother laying on the floor.
Wow. There's a kid traumatized, man. There's a kid traumatized by her. Not that she would care, obviously. Not that she would care one bit. Do you know what I mean? Thank you for the hydration. We're going to need it. I'm on the beers.
We believe the evidence will show that after that, she says, "I put 3 in my mom, and I got 3 more waiting for my stepdad when he gets home."
Whoa. That is cold-blooded. Holy. Imagine putting that on a kid.
We believe the evidence will show that then she tells this friend, "Hey, why don't you go wait outside in the backyard? My stepdad's..."
I think the idea is that the motivation was that she'd been called out for vaping and smoking the green. I think, yes, Mrs. B, nout behind the eyes, 100%.
About to be home. This friend...
No, nothing's dropping tonight. We're just chilling on here. I've not been very well, mate, so I felt good today, but I've not been very well.
Will testify that she does go in the backyard and she hears gunshots. And the next thing she sees is Carly coming out of the back door. We believe the testimony will be that she fell down coming out of the back door, gets up and tells her to run. And these 2 individuals, this friend and Carly, jump over the fence and run separate directions.
But during the defense's opening statement, Carly...
Imagine, right, the thing is, right, I studied for a while as a police station representative. So what happens in the UK is when you get arrested, you can obviously inform a solicitor to represent you during an interview or whatever, anything like that. Same for like voluntary interviews and all that sort of stuff. You don't normally get a solicitor, right? That's like, a term basically, but you don't get a solicitor. What you get is a representative of that firm, because what solicitors can do in a police station interview in the UK is very limited. Very limited. When you get interviewed, a solicitor may be given discovery. So the police may say, "We have this much, and this is what we're questioning them about," and then you can then speak to, the suspect or whatever, or your what's the word, person who's employing you or whatever. You might be able to say, "Well, this is what they want to talk about." You may then be able to advise them, don't. Usually the advice is say no comment, regardless. Pardon me. Say no comment regardless, do whatever, etc., etc., right? So you can't interrupt. Like in America, like you can interrupt a question, you can do different things. Now, if somebody's rights are breached during an interview, you can speak. You can make your client aware that they can take breaks, they can do whatever, all that sort of stuff. But your restrictions are pretty limited. So you just get somebody who's a representative, but you take notes and you take things like that you're obviously going to take to the solicitor who will potentially represent this person if it goes to trial or court. And so the way you take notes down as a defence solicitor, or with that mindset, is that even if like this person is clearly, you still look at the holes in the prosecution, or and that can be the officers asking the questions. Well, here they didn't do this and they didn't do that, so you make notes, not only just what your client is saying under interview, but also like things that may be glaring mistakes, or a good defence strategy, basically. And with the deep dives and the things I do, I always have that mindset in place that if I'm going to put out something about somebody, then I also think about, well, if somebody put that out against me, or somebody put that out against or anybody else, what would my response be to that? How could I break that down and discredit it? And it makes you think. And it's challenging, but then you end up doing this sort of job and defending somebody who's clearly just a cold-blooded. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not surprised, kid. I'm really not surprised.
His attorney told the jury she didn't have a criminal history and was an exceptionally bright kid. And while they admitted it's not a whodunit case, they instead went the route of giving jurors insight into why Gregg killed her mother and shot her stepfather.
We believe the evidence will show that there were 3 victims.
We're getting some emotion.
On
Emotions from like up in
March 19th. Ashley Smiley, Heath Smiley, and Carly Smiley, and Carly Gregg, that they were all 3 victims. We believe the evidence will show that Carly had been suffering from a mental illness, that Carly was not aware on March 19th that she had a mental illness. We believe the evidence will show that Carly's parents, who lived with her, were
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, that's not a great defence.
Gregg and her mother had a
Yes, they are, Lauren, yeah.
loving, close relationship. Carly Gregg's mom loved her. In fact, her life revolved around Carly, as parents' lives often do revolve around their children.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mental health can give context, but it's no excuse, yeah.
Carly very much wanted to please her mother. Carly was an exceptional student, made a 30 on the ACT when she was 13 years
All right, did she do really well at school? Well, let her off there, it doesn't matter. Let's get her back out.
old. She was the apple of her mother and her stepfather's eye. And you will understand by the conclusion of this hearing
I agree. She should know not to do
why
that.
Carly's stepfather is still supporting her and standing behind her. Because he knows on March 19th, there were 3 victims.
The first witness called
No, that guy loves her, and it'd be very difficult not to.
to the stand was 911 operator Kevin Collins, who testified Carly's stepfather Heath
Big dude.
was the one who called in the shooting.
but obviously a legend. Like, I don't know how you can do those jobs, you know, like as a 911 operator. And this guy looks like just big and friendly, and you know, and can you imagine him being the guy behind taking calls like this? It would kill me. I couldn't do it.
At first, he said he had grazed the neck. Once during the middle of the call, he then stated that his wife was also shot dead on the floor, and I continued to talk to him until deputies arrived on
Like the utmost respect to the dude.
scene.
When the 911 call played in court, Carly wept profusely while sitting at the defense table.
Calm down. What's your name?
911 calls are insane. Listening to them are insane. It's a pure emotion of the moment.
Okay, calm down for me. Give me your name again. Heath Smiley. Heath Smiley? Yes, sir. All right, mister, what's your phone number you calling me from? Did she hit you? Yeah, I got hit in the neck a little bit. Okay, so...
What do you think is triggering this emotion? Because she's been dead to the world so many times. Like, what do you think it is?
She grazed your neck? Yes, sir. Alright. And what's her name?
Guilt, you reckon?
Carly Gregg. Carly Gregg? Does she still have a gun on her? I took it from her. She ran. You took it from her and she ran? Yes, sir. She was screaming.
It's very visceral, isn't it? Hearing it. It's very visceral, so maybe that...
Something at me I couldn't understand. I locked the door. She's outside. I don't know what's going on. Which way did she run off to? She ran into the backyard and went over a fence. Ran into the backyard and went over your fence.
Maybe other reasons, you know.
What is she wearing? T-shirt, gray shirt and some jeans. Gray shirt and jeans? About how tall is she? 5'2". About 5'2"? What color hair? Brownish. Brownish, just short hair. 5'2" with back door, she opened fire.
Oh, this guy. Taking that call, man. He looks so affected, man. I'm not sure.
And was just screaming.
You think she's faking? YouTube? Oh. YouTube lot, let me know. What do you think?
Okay, just calm down for me. We got everybody headed. She what? She killed her mom. She killed her mom? Yeah, that's what I'm screaming about. Where's the mom? When I do that, she's going to kill me.
This is horrible, this. Her emotions are very stop and start. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. 100% sure.
Where's the mom?
Following the shocking 911 call, next the state called Rankin County Deputy Hunter Lewis, who was first on scene to the Smiley home. His body cam video showed Carly's stepfather Heath falling immediately to the ground as soon as Deputy Lewis knocked on the door.
Oh, surprised the man's being shot. Of course, this will be the first time she'll have seen this stuff as well. You gotta think about this. She won't have seen this on the run-up to this court. Do you know what I mean? This is all presented to her fresh. You know what I mean? Give us a second, guys. I'm going to go for a pee. Grab your snacks, refill your drinks. We'll be back in a sec. Don't we all love the Merlin Be Right Back screen? And it's time to go a little bit more upmarket. Estrella? I think so. Right. Thank you, all the Merlin emotes. Love it. Thank you, Mrs. Whiplash, for the sub. Really appreciate that. Did I miss anything else? Do you think the defence lawyers actually believe she's innocent? No, I think they're looking for reasons of why she committed the crime, and basically their job is to get them the lightest sentence that they can, or obviously absolve them from the crime in some way, and their confidence in declining a plea deal by saying that there was insanity at play has really been their undoing. But to be fair, the age of her and stuff, she probably will appeal that in years to come and say that she was sort of coerced into that decision, you know what I mean, like at a young age or whatever else. I'd imagine that'll be contested at some point.
Hey, come on. Hey, where's your wife at, bud? Where's your wife at?
She's on the floor in that room.
Yeah, this will be the first time she's seen this stuff.
She where?
Love Estrella. It always reminds me of holidays, man.
Sheriff's office!
Like, her solicitor has not got a face of, like, she feels this is genuine. You know what I mean?
Hello?
Look at this guy. I'm assuming this is first responder. Imagine being the first responder to a scene like this and then find out it was a kid who did it. Oh, snot bubble. No, thank you. Hey, Miss Spaghetti, guess what? I don't know how to do it on here. God damn it. I am going to make you mod. I just can't work out how to do it for some reason. Oh. Yes, I've closed a dockable window. Deal with it.
That's I need metal here.
Done.
Can you tell me what your son's wearing? Hey, I need you to talk to me. What is your son wearing?
He was in jeans and
Next time we're live on
a
YouTube,
grayish
I'll sort
t-shirt.
that out.
She's got short, brownish hair.
This is nuts.
Jeans, a gray t-shirt, short brown hair.
She ran into the backyard. I tried to follow her. She jumped the fence and ran. She shot me in the neck. It's okay.
Does she still have the gun?
It's on the kitchen counter. I think there's one light round left in it. I opened the cylinder. I went in the back door. She tried to shoot me.
Hey, I need some gloves.
Check out the mod privileges on Twitch as well, Spaghetti. A lot more can be seen here. The Superior app.
Hey, he's saying that she ran towards Magnolia Place. Are you sure? He's grazed, but he's 10-2. It went through his shirt.
You got me right there.
Magnolia Place, that gated subdivision.
She went over the side back.
I know this is not the time, but looks like a lovely house. It's like a lovely house. I love the little porch area and everything like that. Just houses in America just look really nice, right? Am I just on my own with this? I know this is not the point. I know it is not the point. I know it isn't. But lovely house. The way she covers her eyes and trying to turn around. Yes. Get used to my random observations. Okay. This is a lovely house. There's room on the porch to lie down. I'm sorry, that's too far.
Towards my vehicle, she might have looked around this way.
Might look back, going back towards the pond right there.
Why have they sent a fire truck? Who sent a fire truck? Somebody's been pew-pewed. Alright, why are we sending the fire brigade in? Is the stove on fire?
She does not have
We've got to the silly part of my reaction.
the firearm is here at the house.
Oh yeah, of course they are. Alright, Daisy. We can all say things that are logical with facts like the firefighters are also paramedics in some states. Wow. Alright, okay. I've been really showing up now. Yeah, I know. I was just trying to bring a bit of humour to the stream, you know what I mean? No, I'm joking. I genuinely forgot that. I didn't know.
He's been grazed, but he's 2-2.
Did you see that? That was like leaning in, checking the room, man. Is she still in the house? Or did they say that the gun was still in the house? I heard about the gun on the counter kitchen or whatever. Counter kitchen. Put those words the other way around, you got a sentence.
She's laying on the floor with a towel.
A couple minutes later, emergency crews arrived and Heath is heard telling them it was his stepdaughter who shot him and killed her mom, leaving them shocked the shooting happened at the hands of a 14-year-old girl.
Does she have any kind of... What's her name? Carly Gregg. Carly Gregg? How old is she?
Where's he being shot?
She's 14. She'll be 15 next month.
Lovely house. Lovely interior. I love what they've done with the place. I know that's not important, but that big corner couch and that lovely living, brilliant. Mounted TV on the wall. Chef's kiss.
She jumped the fence, he said. She didn't go out the back door. Is he the only one? No, we got one. She's 7. Okay. The back door is locked. She did not go out the back door. Therefore, that's what he's claiming. Gray shirt, blue jeans, short brown hair.
feel like the emotion like stops and starts and stops and starts there. Too many pictures on the wall, too quick.
Do be advised, there's several firearms in the house. But the one that he's saying was used was laying on the table, but that doesn't mean she's not on it.
We don't know if she's gone. Let's go ahead and shoot.
All right, look at it.
But of course, they're trying to say that she disassociates, which I suppose may be a good argument for this. I don't know.
You going?
Yeah, I got it.
96 headed to you.
Very well cut yard, cut grass. I know that, once again, not important, but I'm loving it. Lovely. Those lamps look lovely as well. It's one of those houses, though, isn't it? Like, as soon as something happens like this, the house becomes infamous as well, doesn't it? Like, when it eventually comes on sale, people want it, innit? Like, there's a lot of houses like that, like murder houses and stuff in there. I know that they're probably not going to get rid of this house because of this, but eventually it will come on the market. And there'll be morbid interest for this reason.
There was one man walking in whenever I was coming in.
I do all the good observations. All the good. Ooh, that's in the box.
She's 14. Hey, buddy, listen to me, okay? I need to get some information from you. What is her name again?
Paperwork? He doesn't want to do a survey.
C-A-R-L-Y.
C-A-R-L-Y?
Carly Madison Gregg. G-R-E-G-G.
G-R-E-G-G?
She's my stepdaughter.
Alright.
Her dad lives
I'd still like to know where he's shot. He's just kind of like lying on the
in
floor.
Sparkville. And we're having all kind of problems with him. He's drugs.
Thank you, Ash, for the sub. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
What is your name, sir?
Keith Smiley.
Keith Smiley? Okay.
She's getting back to that. Hey, hey.
100%.
What's your wife's number? Name?
Ashley Smiley. Alright. Have you called her?
Wow.
Have you called her? Call her. Your wife. I just called her number twice and I ran in there looking for
She's so dead behind the eyes.
her.
But do you think that she's been told to act like this as well? Well, I hope so, Grace.
Hey, how old is Ashley? How old's your wife?
40.
40?
So look innocent, yeah.
94 control 2. Hey, I need you to find her. Ashley Smiley. Ashley Smiley, 40 years of age. White female. Suspect is going to be...
Terrible, man. It's like... She looks like we do watching this intrigue more than... Yeah.
Carly, C-A-R-L-Y, Madison Gregg. Carly Madison Gregg. G-R-E-G-G.
That's a lovely satchel, sir. I don't know what's in your satchel. What does it say on the top? I don't know what it says. Oh, 100% grainy, and especially the jury. I assume this was... Yeah, it was a jury trial, yeah. I'm sure they said like the shot grazed him, but still a graze is like a bullet just sort of slightly, you know, going through you. It's going to hurt like a mother.
Right. Let me, y'all just roll with him right now. I didn't get a picture. What I'm going.
But yes, as it was said before, these are firefighters being paramedics right now. Especially that guy you see here. These firefighter braces on and everything.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. And we will have somebody come to the hospital, I'm sure. So yeah. So I'm just that's all I need. This is wife, this and then his wife. That's her in the name. He kept asking his mom. That's his wife. He kept asking, did you call his wife? And I was trying to. Okay, all right. This is their stepdaughter that did it. Yes. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Hey, so he's gonna, I'm getting information good.
I'd love to wear braces, right? But I think you have to be a skinny mini to pull them off. Like, I'm talking like punk braces, like white checked stuff. I think you put braces on a guy like myself and you just highlight this. You hear that? That's some ASMR right there.
It's a through and 30 show.
Have you, Artie Jen? We've got a lot of new people, right? We've got a lot of new people on Twitch. Maybe we should bring back documentary night, like one night of the week. B, thank you for the sub, man. 8 months in a row. You see, I was a smart fella, a fart smeller, if you will. I stopped and just did reactions to TikToks and brought all of you over here. And we grew our family. And then I'm like, well, now we can start resuming. If they like the Fact Freak reactions, then we can do documentary night as well. As well.
As of right now, this is him. She's Ashley Smiley. She's 40 years old, and then the one we're looking for is Carly Gregg. She's 14. Okay. They've been having issues with her in the past, so this is a stepdaughter.
He Smiley was
Oh, Miss Baguette gifted out a sub to Jenny Kitten. Thank you. That's 2 months. Thank you.
then taken onto a stretcher and rushed to the hospital.
I don't know what's going on with Diddy, you know. Maybe we could look at that for a future reaction.
So the search for Carly
I know he's
began.
a wrong one.
If I leave, who's going to take care of my dogs?
So we'll take care of that, okay?
He can let them in the kennel. He'll take care of them.
We'll take care of that, okay?
Oh, this guy, man, this stepdad. I know people say, like, there's some weird stuff there. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, all I've seen is him shot on the porch or whatever. But, like, I know, Baguette. I know, right? So, the thing is, with this, that guy's been in shock. He's been shot. You know what I mean? He's been shot. He's shocked. He's in a state. And this moment right here seemed like that isn't like physical pain. That looked like it was like emotional pain, like he just realised. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it all just sort of, he realised the reason he's there, being pulled along, is because he's been shot by his stepdaughter. You know what I mean? Yes. Does that make sense? Or am I just talking rubbish?
I didn't really get much from him because he told, you know, all he told me is she took, yeah, all he kept telling me was she ran out the back door, but the back door is dead.
Is all this shown in court? I didn't realise they went this far. I don't know why I thought.
You got blood. What's the easiest way?
All the two hit hands out.
Either things to try to keep you from coming back. Did he say the wife's name was Ashley? Ashley? Yeah. Who needs it? Ashley Smiley. Ashley Smiley.
Yeah, obviously she's still in there, like, wow. Pardon me.
Officer, she in the back bedroom. Hey, Tyler, the gun that's used is right there on the counter in the kitchen. No. Nobody? No. They're still alive? Yeah. My dust hit. Dad saw who, she's in here. Also, no.
I have no idea, Jen.
There was a juvenile on the other side.
No idea.
What is it? Oh, that's a little. You guys got his ass picked up? Yeah, got him. Oh, sweet. Figure out where the fuck he's going. Now this is Cops' case. Hey, there's a bunch of gun cases and stuff laying out there.
Nah, Jen, I get it. I never thought.
The closet.
To be fair, obviously for this video to be on YouTube, they're going to have to do a bit of editing as well, so it might be to do with that.
Room full of guns. So we know she may still have access to them. She's in there, Doug. I mean, I couldn't get enough in the front door. It's through and through. He was explaining something to me about the father, because he's stepdad too. Okay. Yeah. He said that they're having issues with that.
Like, I don't understand why necessarily this particular part needs shown in court. Like, it's just the guy going through and photographing the crime scene, etc. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Dustin's already cleared the house. Me and Dustin's already cleared the house. Me and Dustin cleared the house.
I'm talking every closet, under the beds, everything. You know how juvenile law will hide the damn spot.
But Dad, he said she ran out the back door.
I know. But Dad might. You never know.
Like, this is a bit like behind shop sort of conversation, isn't it?
Look, I want to go through the house and I want to very politely. I want to look under beds. I want to look in closets, behind clothes. Let's make sure she's not in this house before we exhaust a whole lot of it. You know how juvenile are.
Did y'all? Me and Dustin walked through and cleared the house, but I mean,
did you look under beds?
We didn't go that far. We looked in closets and stuff like that.
Hey, come in here.
I suppose it's for transparency, isn't it? It's for transparency. Which I get, obviously.
Yeah, let's hit on it.
Clear. Hey.
That's Mom. Yeah. No, Mom and Dad both got it.
Mom and Dad both what?
Got hit.
Okay. And Dad?
It's the fact that they're still having to search the place drawn. Because even though he said, like, she's done one, they don't know. She could be hiding.
Dad's got through on the shoulder. He's already in the ambulance.
So it's the 14-year-old?
Yeah, the 14-year-old.
Yeah. I found that out on the way.
It is a very nice house. I know that's not the point.
Yeah. It's 40 years old. Did y'all not hear Ray?
Yeah, I heard the break.
All right. Who froze up?
You guys said he was trying to get with
to forward this a little bit because I'm not 100% sure. Oh, look at the face. Yeah, this is nuts, isn't it? I suppose they've got to show everything to show like the way they did the investigation, etc.
The last witness called on day one of the trial was Carly Gregg's 16-year-old classmate and friend, whose testimony wasn't shown or recorded on camera due to him being a minor. According to reports, the teen described Carly being a genius, but also testified she would self-harm when she was in trouble at home. On day two of the trial, Carly's 16-year-old friend, known as BW in court documents, reportedly testified Carly asked her to come over on March 19th because she needed help. The teen witness said Carly asked her if she had ever seen a dead body before.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Showing her mother's lifeless body on the floor in their home. The 16-year-old testified Carly was carrying a gun on the day of the murder and admitted to shooting her mother 3 times, then asked her if she wanted to go outside while she took care of her stepdad. The next witness called would be another key witness in the state's case, delivering powerful testimony as he had to relive what happened on March 19th. Stories like this one are obviously very tough, but they're important to tell. And part of the reason we're able to do so is from our great sponsors like Upside. So I want to take time.
All right, I'm not bothered about your sponsorship, but cheers. Cheers. Apparently this is a great sponsor. How dare you? Is this the stepdad?
Keith Smiley. As the prosecution eased him into his testimony, he described his...
Why has he got a suit that's massive? Could nobody get him a suit to fit him for the trial?
His wife, Ashley, who loved being a teacher and loved her kids at school, but also loved her daughter...
Does he think he's going to grow into it?
...tremendously.
How much did Ashley love Carly?
They loved each other so much. She just, everything she did, she planned out for Carly and around Carly.
Tell us about yours and Carly's relationship before March 19, 2024.
We were always good. We laughed and played and...
It's because true crime videos get demonetized on YouTube all the time, so true crime channels often look for, you know, like deals like that.
Messed around, loved video games, and took her to karate stuff until she kind of got tired of that, and she started going to guitar practice weekly, so I was taking her to that every week. We got along great.
You liked being a stepdad?
Yes.
Sometimes with children comes discipline, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sly mother fudger. Sly mother fudger. That is the defense solicitor, right? Given the whole smiley body language.
Sometimes with children comes discipline, right?
Right, yeah. I'm just playing down the silliness of me trying to make you out to be a harsh parent and be like, that's some manipulative stuff right there. That is like the way she's talking about it, the body language. It's no big deal. Just talk to me. I'm your friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Would you say, or how would you describe the type of parent that Ashley was to Carly?
She was, like I said, always thinking about Carly and just Carly's first no matter what. She would
100% can't play them.
Do anything in the world for her and would try to get the best for her every day.
Were there times that you and Ashley would have to punish Carly?
Of course.
That's, yeah.
Give us some examples of that, Heath.
You know, she had troubles growing up with back and forth with the stepdad and everything, so she would always wanting to try to make friends at the house and around home. And Ashley was always trying to you know, keep an eye on her, make sure she was okay and knew where she was. And Ashley had to fuss at her a time or two about, I know you can't go here, you can't go there, it's too late.
He just seems very, like, I know we've talked about her and disassociation, but he seems a little bit like talking about it like it's, you know, like it's a still ongoing memory, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm not making sense.
That kind of thing. But she never really, day to day, got in trouble, really.
I want to ask you, was there a time that a boy named Thad came over to y'all's house?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen
Yes,
what you recall about that day?
We were all sitting at the house and there was a knock at the door, and Ashley checked the doorbell camera and we didn't know who it was. Carly had talked to us about Dad and we knew who he was, we just didn't have a face to the name. And Carly saw who it was and didn't want to see him, so I went.
Can we land on a point sometime?
To the door and just said, I'm sorry, you know, I told him he must have the wrong house, and
some young kid
came back in and shut the door.
Where were Ashley and Carly when you were at the front door with Thad?
They went around, I guess, into the hallway or maybe one of the bedrooms, I'm not sure.
At any point, did it appear that Ashley was physically holding Carly back from going to the front door?
No.
At any time after you told told Thad that Carly didn't live there, did Carly act like she was upset with you?
No.
Did she act like she was upset with Ashley?
No.
Do you think that she would have been mad enough to have said, like, she almost murdered y'all because you wouldn't let Thad come in the house?
You see, that line of question was interesting because as a defense solicitor, this is the best answer he could have given when they're talking about disassociation. He was like, she didn't seem annoyed, she didn't seem like she had an issue with us, etc. And then they're obviously going to be like, and then she went on to do this. So she's going to make out that on the basis of this, it wasn't premeditated. You know what I'm saying?
Not the feeling I got from it at all.
He went on to testify about a few instances Carly got in trouble at school, including an instance of her bringing a knife, which resulted in her being sent to an alternative school for a small period of time. He testified he and Carly's mother were aware that Carly was self-harming and took her to a therapist.
And you don't have any personal knowledge about any medication that was prescribed, do you?
Not until after this. I knew she'd been on one and they changed her up to something else.
You don't have any knowledge on whether or not Carly was actually taking that medicine, do you?
She had been taking one a day, I think, until they wanted to swap her up to a different one. So I'm not sure on the time.
But to get very personal, you don't have to say anything in the chat. I don't know if you guys have ever been prescribed mental health medication. I have. Now, years ahead of time, I've worked out that I was wrongly prescribed medication for something I didn't actually have. So I was going through the fact that my GP thought I had anxiety and that I couldn't deal with stress. So they medicated me with a mental health drug. Years in the future, we found out that it's to do with, potential ADHD, autism, like just having enough and not being able to center and feeling like, do you know what I mean? And they're like, here's a booklet on stress, right? And here's some medication. I had it. It was the most horrendous thing ever. It was horrendous. Now, I'm not saying that the medication for mental health can't help people, But for me personally, and I'm sorry, but I can't remember what it was that I was put on because it was a long time ago. But I just felt like there was me, and then I was just bubbling. I just felt like constantly staticky. I know that's very strange, but the way I can sort of, and I was told that I would feel like that for a while, and I had to stick it out, and then and it was just horrendous. And when I came off it, I did feel worse for a while, and then I was back to how I felt, sort of thing. And it's not the be all and end all. A lot of people just throw medication at mental health conditions, but it doesn't solve an issue. Right, anyway, give us a second, guys. I'm going to nip down for a pee. You guys get your snacks.
Justice he seeks, no more hiding, no more shame. The fat freaks here remember the name. Oh, the fat freak, truth in his hand, takes a wicked makes a stand. With a laugh and a start, he's breaking them all, turning all your crimes into stories bold. So raise your voice.
Hey guys, right, okay. Let's get back into this.
Time frames on that, I'm sure it's in the record somewhere.
Yeah, and he's so, I've been prescribed medicine before, and sometimes I take it, sometimes I don't. Did you actually physically see Carly taking her medication?
Ashley would have her go get it and make sure she was taking the whatever it was, one a day or whatever. She kept an eye.
They're looking for something to blame them on. Are you sure she took the meds? You know what I mean?
On that.
Do you know if on March the 19th, 2024, did you see Carly take any medicine?
The 19th?
Yeah, March the 19th of 2024.
No, ma'am. Not that afternoon.
The morning?
Oh, no. I don't know about that morning. She usually would take it in the evening when she ate.
When the prosecution asked Heath about the morning of his wife's murder, he said the day began as normal, but would receive a message on his phone from his wife that he believed was actually from Carly.
Got up and went to work.
Oh, wow. So after she did that to her mother, she then texted him from her mother's phone.
Just like always. She would fix tea or something in the morning and get in the car and take off. Nothing seemed unusual at all.
Did you also see Carly that morning?
Yes.
Can you describe for us what, if anything, you noticed about Carly that morning?
I didn't notice anything different.
How would Ashley get to work every morning?
She'd drive her and Carly down to the school.
And then how would they both ride back together from school to the house?
Yes.
Did they usually leave, or on March the 19th, did they leave before you or after you that morning?
Usually a couple minutes before.
What about, not on the 19th, but on a regular day, would they get home before or after you got home from work?
They were always home before me unless something happened at my work, and
So calculated, these questions from the defence solicitor.
I was able to get out a minute early, which is very rare.
Tell us about what that next message is that you got from Ashley's phone.
Massively calculated.
He said, "You almost home, honey."
Does that sound like something Ashley would typically say to you?
Not typically, but it wouldn't have been totally out of the realm. I think she would have phrased it slightly different, but I don't know.
What time was that text message sent to you?
That says 4:14.
Do you recall?
Thank you, Teachy, for the sub. It's our anniversary, 12 months. Thank you. What did you get me? What gift did you get me for our anniversary?
All telling law enforcement that you thought that Carly actually sent you that text instead of Ashley?
I was wondering about that one at the time. Yes.
And then what did you respond to that message?
Can you imagine you've lost your wife? I don't know how long they were together or whatever, but you've lost your wife and your stepdaughter is the one who took her from you, and your stepdaughter also tried to unalive you. It's an insane position to be in. It's one that we couldn't imagine ourselves in, right?
Said, "No, I'll be here for a little bit yet, at work."
And then you can't see it on this, but I think maybe Carly or whoever had her Ashley's phone
Yeah, screwed up is polite.
sent you a thumbs up.
Sounds correct. Yes, it's not on there.
So, Heath, let me ask you, what made you think that that was Carly that sent that message and not Ashley?
I don't know, just something with the phrasing of it, maybe. I'm not sure.
He testified when he came home on March 19th, he was met with a gun in his face.
What did you remember seeing, Heath?
Just gun flash in my face, and then it went off
You'd think that was it, wouldn't you?
2 more times, but my hand was on the gun after the first shot, and I twisted it from her.
Who was pointing that gun at you?
It was Carly.
Who pulled the trigger when you opened the door?
The first one I know was Carly. After that, my hand was on the gun too.
So he's saying he could have accidentally discharged the gun in the fight on the second time. Probably, Granny.
And I know I had a scratch on my thumb and all. I very well could have hit it. I know that third time.
How close, Heath, was that gun to your face?
3 times.
When that went off.
Was hit.
Maybe a foot.
Look at this. Void of emotion again.
Did you ever get struck by
And of course the cameras are going to pick up on that. They look at her and she's just like this. They're like...
a bullet?
Yes, one of them kind of grazed right through this muscle up here.
Can you tell, ladies and gentlemen, what did that feel like?
I know this sounds weird, but I honestly have never felt it to this day.
When the gun...
Okay, but that's shock. Do you know what I mean? People disassociate with pain when they're in shock, you know what I mean?
went off in your face. Tell ladies and gentlemen, I mean, was your body in a state of shock?
Not at that moment. I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Did you see anybody inside your home other than Carly?
No.
Walk us through, you said that you were able to at some point get the gun from her. Tell us, Heath, what is it that you remember after that?
She is very calculated with her questions, and she's also trying to come across as non-confrontational in her calculation. It's interesting. It's good. It's
she
good.
was screaming out of her mind, scared. It was like she had seen a demon or something. She was terrified.
That'll play into their defense.
And my first thought was there was an intruder somewhere, and she
was scared, yeah, and thought you were the second intruder or
something. She was after somebody else.
Yeah.
He said he never saw anyone in the home outside of Carly. He said when Carly left the gun after running away, he noticed only one bullet left out of the 7 shot. He said when he went to check
How did he notice that after he'd been shot?
On his wife Ashley, he immediately noticed blood as she laid on the floor with a towel covering her face.
Do you know what? That's another sign, isn't it? People often hide their faces because they can't look at the, you know what I mean? They can't cast a gaze on them after they've done that.
She was laying on her back and had her hands kind of across her, and
I feel sorry for him here, man. Thinking of that moment.
A towel over her face.
Yes.
Do you remember what color the towel was?
I do not.
When you saw her laying there,
wow.
What's the very next thing that you did?
Checked her pulse, see, and kind of moved the towel, and then called 911.
And Heath, when you moved the towel,
this man's hurting, man. This man's hurting.
What did you see?
I knew she had been shot. There was blood around, but I don't really recall exactly where. Somewhere in the right side of her face.
While under cross-examination by Carly's defense, they showed chilling surveillance video from the day of the murder, with screams being heard from inside the home before.
Is this the CCTV that you guys told me I needed to see? Or is there other?
Before Carly and her friend take off from the home.
The screams, man, the screams. That is that is like blood. I'm rewinding that. That is blood curdling screams. I don't know who's screaming, but that sounds horrendous. Those are blood-curdling screams, man. Blood-curdling screams. Oh, that's her making off after she did it. All right, okay, I'll look for that CCTV. Who's that?
After Carly's stepfather got off the stand, additional surveillance video was
Is this the CCTV that everyone's like, whoa?
Presented, pointing toward the kitchen, showing.
Oh, look at the lovely doggy. Is this the one? Is this the one? Right, okay. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Right, I mean, like, I'm just going to highlight this for everyone. Like, seriously. Okay. Seriously. I'm kind of nervy, like, I'm not going to lie.
Carly and her mother arriving home and letting their dogs inside the house. Minutes go by and Carly is seen
Good God.
seemingly walking to where they kept the guns in the home and making sure the coast is clear before shooting at her mother 3 times while appearing calm moments after
Whoa, wait a minute.
killing her mother.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Holy shit. 1 second, I need to move this chat like thing over here, like, what the hell is happening? The shots and the dogs, man. The dogs know, man. The dogs know there's something wrong. They know, man. They know. Like, like body language in animals and shit, man. Look at that. Like, I will go back for a second. Did you hear that scream, right? The scream's probably the mother. It sounded very high pitched. I thought it was a dog, but I think it's probably
killing her mother.
I don't know. Maybe that is a dog. I don't know. The dog. Those 2 dogs. You see, because dogs, they see emotion, man. They see like you know what I mean? They're like, what the fuck's happening? Can they read into the emotion of the situation? Not exactly what has happened, but they're like, they can feel you know what I mean? Wow. Just so coldly, just walking through. And then what? Straight on the phone? Or something?
On day 3 of trial,
Straight on the phone?
more body cam video was presented to jurors, showing Carly getting arrested by police after they found her on the side of the road.
I got her handcuffed. All right, sweetie. Look.
Second, I'll move the chat again. It's in the way.
Let me step out real quick for me. Alright. Hey, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all around to the front of you, okay?
She's changed a lot in 1 year as well, by the way. I was going to mention this before. She's like a year older now. Or, you know, at least, maybe not an exact year, but she's now a year older than she was. You guys know what I'm saying. But she looks so different. She looks thick. You know what I mean? Like, she looks fat. I don't know how to say this politely, but you know what I mean? She looks like she's put on a lot more weight around the face, fucking skin conditions and shit. She doesn't look the same. Like, you can tell it's her, but she doesn't look the same. It's a very drastic change.
Handcuffs around to the front of you. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to swab your hands, okay?
Yeah. Oh, for gun residue.
Right. Now, we'll ask you a bunch of questions, but obviously you fired with a pistol, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Alright, look. I need you to hold your hand out like this. I'm going to do your right hand first, okay?
Yeah, that's somebody who... Sorry, chat, you're going for a second. That is somebody who, like... She knows what she's done. You can see it, man. You can see it. You really can fucking see it.
That's your right hand. Like that.
Swab up here.
What is this?
It's a GSR. It shows which hand did you shoot with?
Okay.
Which hand did you shoot with?
knuckles go up.
Flop the hand, turn the hand over.
Turn it over.
Rub on the outside part around the knuckles.
This is nuts, man.
What do you want? What do you want kids from? I guess
Whereabouts was this in the USA again, guys?
you put it in my vehicle with my key. The key fob is in my left pocket.
All right, now, so go ahead and turn. Go ahead and turn. All right.
Is my stepdad okay?
I don't know, baby. I can't talk to you about
Oh, he's here. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
As the murder of Carly Gregg's mother and the shooting of her stepfather shocked many, it'll be up to jurors to make the final decision. Was this a calculated killing, or will they buy the defense's theory that the then 14-year-old was experiencing a mental health crisis?
Well, we all know what the jury decided, obviously, and we know that they turned down a plea deal as well. That was an insane case, wasn't it? That was an absolutely insane case. My mind is blown. Because I knew nothing about this case up until this reaction. I really didn't. If you are watching this on YouTube and you've made it to the end, thank you so much. Make sure to check the links below and hit the thumbs up as well. Let us know what you thought. And thank you, Twitch Lot, for hanging out with me tonight. I'm probably going to go live on TikTok as well in a bit, but I'm going to go walk that crazy dog for a second. Let's hear the Merlin emotes in the chat. This case is truly wild. I would imagine that eventually she is going to appeal against the fact of the plea deal thing. I'd imagine they're going to fight over that. I mean, we'll see. If you see that in the news, you can tag me and be like, see, facts, you were right, or whatever. I don't know if they have grounds to move on that. But yeah, it's time for dog walk. It's time for dog walk. Right, I will possibly catch you shortly on TikTok, who knows. Right, peace, thanks for hanging with me. See you later.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.